Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
I'm Michael Burke, and this is Money Talks. Hi, welcome to Money Talks. Today we're at the brand new Launchbox space at 141 Main Street in the State and Main building. Launchbox Manager Kristin Niemiec, and we're going to be talking about the 2-year evolution from Launchbox as this collaboration to this new workspace. So, Kristin, why don't we start with what Launchbox started in, I think it was October 2011. What was the concept there at that time?
2010.
2010? It's been 3 years?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I stand corrected.
It started really as the resource point, the connection point for small business entrepreneurs with resources that the city found it was difficult to find some of the resource providers. So let's give them kind of a concierge or a point person or a Rolodex, if you will, to help connect them quicker with resources that could help them with whatever particular need they were experiencing at that time.
And mention some of those. I know there were 9 at the time. Mention some of those 9 charter members.
It was UW Parkside Small Business Development Center, Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation, Business Lending Partners, Community Economic Development Corporation, BizStarts Milwaukee, Wisconsin Entrepreneurial Network, Gateway Technical College. You want to keep going?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Just to give an idea of what you're referring to as resources. And I know the idea was somebody who, a would-be entrepreneur, might just sort of wander in the wilderness, but this is a way for them to talk to you, and if they said, well, I need a loan, you could say, go talk to Wibic. And if they said,
right,
I need help in marketing, maybe you'd point them off in a different direction or something like that. And how was it funded? How has it been funded?
Before this year, it was funded by the city of Racine. This year, we added the county of Racine, and we also received funding from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation for furniture and fixtures. SC Johnson has provided some funding, as well as Twin Disc.
Before we get to this space, you told me that there were the original 9 members, but that there have been a growth in the resources that you're now able to send people off to. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, we're constantly adding to the network of resources that we have. We've added, and I shouldn't say we've added, we've always worked with, but we're working more closely now with SCORE, which is the Service Corps of Retired Executives, also the Wisconsin Tech Council. But we're also working to develop a really strong database of private consultants and individuals that can help maybe on a little bit higher level or with a more specific, maybe it's a legal problem or a human resource problem, something more technical that maybe one of our non-profit providers can't assist with.
Would those be free resources or not necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
These would be, a paid consultant.
Yeah, and I guess all of this sort of harkens back to Racine's history as a place of innovation, and this Launchbox was intended to kind of bring that back to the forefront and say, okay, let's start today. Some of the twin discs of 80 years from now or something like that. Now, why did you want to have a space like? Well, let's first of all define what the space is, what it's going to be used for.
Well, co-working space is really it doesn't have to be an office space, but it's space where people work together, but not for the same company. So they come here.
That's the term,
co-working. Right. So they can come in whenever they want, 24/7. They can find a spot to work. They have access to our Wi-Fi system, our conference room for presentations, client meetings. strategic planning, whatever they might use it for, and free coffee. And they can just come and go, and they can work as little or as often as they want. There's no requirement that they interact with each other. We hope that as they get to know each other, and maybe they can help each other out, saying, hey, I've experienced that similar situation. Here's how I handled it. Kind of build their network.
So Launchbox is still what it was before. It still involves you as a point person for channeling people toward resources they may need.
Right.
But now it's also physical space to be used for the co-working. So that was kind of an add-on idea along the way, right?
Well, we had always planned on having me be in the city. I mean, it started as a city initiative to help city businesses find the resources. Well, if I'm not in the city, that doesn't work so well. So we had always planned on having me here and having that physical presence, and now we're even easier to find now. Now it's not the website or the phone number, it's you can come here and find me.
Now, this is about a 2,700-foot space, so it's pretty good size. What are some of the resources you would find here? I want to kind of go down the list.
Well, you'll find the Wi-Fi, the conference room, the flat screen TV for presentations, and then starting in December, SCORE will be here. They will have hours that they are available for people for mentoring. We build that and have more service providers and consultants here that can just schedule time to meet with them on site.
And to meet with you. This is
and
now
to meet
a
with
place
me. Correct.
for you to have an office as well. There's a little kitchenette in the back.
There is.
Obviously a bathroom. You're next door to Jimmy John's, so
Right.
food is close by too.
Right, with a back hallway, so you don't even have to go outside. So
What about parking?
parking is also free. It's in the rear of the building.
Talk about security here.
Security, we
This
have.
is a 24/7
It
space.
is 24/7. We do have security cameras that are recording all the time. We have, the police department will have access to those IP addresses so that they could, check in if there was an issue, if there was a call, they could pull up the cameras from their car or the safety building. They will also have key fobs, and they will use the space or have the ability to use it just like anyone else. They could come in, they could have lunch, they could work on reports, but also kind of just do a walkthrough and make sure.
Yeah. So key fobs, for those who may not know, just define that because that's going to be the entry method.
Right, it's a small round plastic disc that attaches to your keychain, and you just swipe it. Outside there's a little pad, you just swipe it and it automatically unlocks the door.
Now, this is a membership space. Talk about how one becomes a member.
It's very simple. It's simply complete a membership agreement. They can get that either on our website, which is launchboxracine.com, under the co-working tab, or call me. I can email it, mail it, however, and you just complete it and then get it back to me. When I have it, I schedule a time to meet with them here at the space, give them all the passwords for the Wi-Fi in the conference room, give them a quick tour, and then give them their key fob. Then they're good to go.
And this is a free membership,
It is a free membership.
unlike some other similar kinds of spaces, right?
Right.
Interesting to me is that though the city of Racine is funding the lion's share of this and Racine County is funding a part of it, you don't even have to be a Racine County resident, city of Racine resident to use this, right?
No.
What's the thinking there?
Well, just kind of get it. Well, first, they may stay. They may come here and realize how great it is and want to stay. But just to get that buzz going, and even if they create jobs, they could still hire city of Racine and county of Racine residents. So it's larger than just Racine.
Now, viewers may be able to tell that the walls are. This is far from a sterile white environment. So talk about decorating and what your thinking was.
Well, the idea was not to have necessarily that corporate feel. So all the furniture, with the exception of the cubicles, is movable. There's a lot of whiteboard space. We did a little bit different. We did whiteboard paint. But I don't know if they can see this, but we do have some bare walls. So we are going to be doing a second open innovation competition in early 2014, where we're going to ask people to come in and give us suggestions on how to decorate.
So a contest with a prize?
Cash prize.
Okay. Okay. So who do you see maybe jumping into that? Interior decorators, art students? What?
And it could be anybody. My mom said she had some ideas, so
Is that right?
it really could be anybody. We don't want again, that corporate feel. We want something different and unique and innovative. So,
what kind of budget will they be working with? So you'll have to set a budget for them, right?
I have not set a budget yet.
But you will, obviously.
I will have to do that. Yes, I'm trying to get through the first innovation competition first.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious what kinds of people, how many memberships, let me back up a step here. This space opened less than a week ago.
Correct.
How many members do you have so far, and what kinds of people are members? What kinds of reasons are you hearing that they are wanting to use the space?
I have 19 members right now, and they run the gamut. I have a technology company that was working out of a coffee shop, felt like he needed to get, was taking up too much of their table space for too long of a time, so he's here. There's another gentleman that's lost his job, looking to get back into the workforce. Thought this would be a good stepping stone for him. I've got a financial institution.
Well, how would that be a stepping stone?
Well, he's hoping that he can utilize the businesses that are in the downtown area, maybe on a contractual basis, kind of get his name out there, and maybe either continue as a consultant in that capacity, or maybe he can find a job that way. And he too looked at Milwaukee spaces, but the cost was prohibitive to him. So he found us, and he's become a member. We have a financial institution that does not currently have a presence here in the county, that's looking to maybe meet with new clients here. There's a large company in town that joined to do management and strategic planning. Get out of the office and use our conference room, so then they're not interrupted, with fire drills at the office. They can focus on what they need to get done.
That one is really interesting. I should have made it clearer earlier, but Launchbox was conceived not only for those who want to start a company, so the entrepreneurs of the world, but also for small companies to help them kind of with the things that they need help with in the beginning,
Right.
Such as, okay, you've got a company, but you don't have expertise in marketing, for example, so who can help us with that? So, just to make that clear, do you have any members who are in that category of the small company? Maybe?
Yes.
You do? Can you say, without naming them, what kinds of companies?
There's
Unless you want to name them.
a healthcare company that will work out of here, and
Solely out of here, or what?
right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they kind of send people out, so the management staff would be here, employees wouldn't be here.
I don't mean just those who work here, but, those who are Launchbox in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, I understand. There's another technology company that just yesterday that too will use the space for staff meetings and kind of to get out of the day-to-day, get out from behind the desk, focus on the business, not the fire drills that are coming at you on a regular basis. There's a couple that have joined for that purpose.
Yeah. Now, at the grand opening, Mayor John made an announcement that a Milwaukee entity, the Wisconsin Procurement Institute, will also have a part-time desk here in this office. Do you want to explain what that's about?
Right. Wisconsin Procurement Institute helps companies that want to deal with government contracting. So their staff will be here. I don't have set hours at this point, but they will meet with clients here versus having to meet with them in Milwaukee. So a little bit more private versus meeting at the coffee shop or the restaurant for lunch. And so she'll be here. So this is their first physical presence in the county.
And they're all about advising and giving technical expertise on how to obtain those contracts,
Yes.
or be a subcontractor and all of those things. Again, presumably for this area to tap into the immense amount of money that circulates in and around and through Washington. So that's kind of an exciting possibility. And I think we talked about the memberships being free. We didn't tell. Is there going to be a limit on the number of members?
Don't have a limit at this point. Obviously, there's an occupancy limit, but not everyone's not here at the same time.
Right.
They come and they kind of come and go, and they come and go 24/7. So I don't have a maximum at this point.
Yeah. And how would somebody become a member?
They can again either access the website launchboxracine.com under the co-working tab. The membership agreement is on there. Print it, send it back to me, or just give me a call directly.
No deposits or anything else?
There's Is a $25 refundable key fob deposit.
Okay. Well, that's exciting stuff. So, Kristin Niemiec, manager of Launchbox, thanks for letting us take a look at the space today. Thanks a lot to our producer, Scott Anderson, and please watch Money Talks.